I'd first like to thank Grammatics for organizing this, and over the years of experience that I have been involved in sport at various levels, I found, and especially here in Karnataka, over almost any other state in India, whenever we have tried to organize anything, we have always have a good outcome. You know, and that's absolutely clear. I mean, in Karnataka, we have one of the best sporting infrastructures. We have probably a better organized structure for sport than most of the states in this country. And obviously, as a result of that, Karnataka is doing really well in sports in India. And a number of sportsmen from all over the country come here to train and to avail of facilities here and train in academies here. So I'm appreciative of that, of this gesture of bringing everybody together. And I think this is a very good platform from where we can start. Before I specifically get down to, exactly the question that was asked of me, I just want to clear a few things up. Because I believe this is a fantastic forum that we can really bring a lot of things out. And most importantly, I believe, whether it's schools and universities, academia, or whether it's high profile, high performance coaching at various clubs and training and high performance centers, or the parents. There are just so many myths that are floating around, so much adjustment in attitude which is required for us to go to the next level, to rival the leading countries in the world, And probably the first one that all of you need to understand is that it is perfectly acceptable and perfectly plausible for you to be an excellent student and to be a performer in the sports arena at the highest level. Be very clear about that. Very important. And I have had a number of examples of this over the time, where I have had several Rhodes Scholars. We have a living example in Hakeem here. Please stand up. He's an Olympian. His name was passed up from the 2000 Olympics. He made a successful career. He finished his engineering and has moved on. I will let him, thank you, Hakeem. I will, he will introduce himself later. But this is, it's right here. So don't let your parents, don't let your kids tell you that, I can't study because I've got my sports training to do, or my swimming, or whatever it is. And as far as the universities or the schools are concerned, for heaven's sake, don't believe on the opposite, that they can't train, or they're only supposed to study. So at the end of the day, what is success? How do you measure success? Is it only medals? No, I think it's to be successful in life, and that's exactly what we are all trying to do, whether it's from academia or from sport. It's both the same thing. These are the number of myths that are out there, and in terms of sports coaching at schools. We have made a great start, but it's going to take a lot to catch up to the leading countries in the world in the West, where every school, every university has a high performance center to measure to track and measure the performance of athletes, which is probably better than 99% of anything. The best we have in this country is available in virtually any school, anywhere in the world. And there are two systems. One is the sports school system, which is countries like China and other communist countries and people who have adopted the East German system of sports schools, where the emphasis is on sport, and they make sure that the basic education is covered. That when these kids finish their sport, they come out and they're able to be productive, functional citizens of the country. And then, of course, you have in the West, where you have a prime example, the NCAA system, the university system in the United States, which is probably the most successful system in the world, where athletes, top performing athletes all over the world flock there and perform at the highest level. So the biggest problem we have in this country are calendars. effort has got to be taken from the people, from the sports administrators and from the people who control college and school sports to link these calendars to see that we have a better outcome. You know, everybody else in the world has done it and have succeeded at the top level. Why can't we do it? I mean, it just takes a little effort, a little bit of concentration, a little bit of focus, and I'm sure it's going to make a big difference. Okay? In terms of high performance coaching, we have probably the most developed structure in this country, in the whole country, in terms of my sport, which is swimming. You know, athletes from all over, swimmers from all over the country flock here to train with us in the various centers in the state, in Bangalore. In terms of the schools, again, attitudes. I am not 100%, although a great beginning has been made, I am not 100% convinced that every single member of the faculty of your educational institutions completely buys it. I know that they will always pressurize the child to say, you decide whether you want to be a great student or you want to be a sportsman. If you want to be a sportsman, forget about it, just don't come to class. You know, I have heard that so many times. It is simply not necessary. Your teachers have got to buy into this concept that knowledge can be gained equally from books and from sport. It's true, you know. And what we are dealing at the end of the day, it's not about medals, it's about developing well-rounded people who are productive citizens of this country, and both will go hand in hand to give you the best possible result. And, you know, it has been proved in other parts of the world, and we have a bit of catching up to do. Yeah? Thank you.